Hi there, Wade Sellers here, and this is a quick video on how to leverage the share features with either an iOS or Android device and all sorts of apps to send things into BubbleUp. First thing we're going to do is we're going to use an iPhone. We're going to go right into Safari, and I have an article here that I want to save into a BubbleUp folder. No problem. On the bottom here is a share feature. Hit the little share button, and you're going to see that BubbleUp pops up in my favorites right here. If I scroll all the way to the right and hit more, it also will be listed in there in case it's not listed in yours. That's where you can find it. Since it's in my favorites already, I'll slide over to it and I'll hit BubbleUp. And it's already going to pull out the title and description text, a thumbnail possibility for you. It's really cool. It's really intuitive like that. And it gives you a list of the most common folders you've been saving to, like the most recent folders you've been saving to in BubbleUp so that you have fast access to them. I am going to save into this issue 21 on the left-hand side, but if it wasn't there, I would go ahead and hit the little folder icon. This takes me into BubbleUp, shows me all my folders, and I could drill down into the exact spot. So let's say I'm in Apps Weekly, My Research. I make a newsletter about apps, and this would be for issue 20. At this point, this is where I want to save it, and I'd hit the Save Here button. I could create a new folder by hitting the little folder button on the on the bottom right here, rename it, right? And I would have a folder to save just this article and whatever else I wanted to following it. So I'll hit Save Here, and boom, just like that, it's saved up to BubbleUp for later. How would I do that on Android? All right, so I'm in Android now. Let's go into Chrome. Again, here's another article that I'd like to save in the same spot. I'll go ahead and I'll hit the little share icon in the top right here. This brings up my list of apps on Android. I'll slide over and I see BubbleUp's there. Now, if BubbleUp wasn't in the most recent ones for Android, I'd hit More, and I would bring up a whole bunch of apps in here that I could find, and then I can pin it. So at this point, I'll hit Share, scroll over to BubbleUp, and the same screen pops up. Again, title, description, it grabs a thumbnail and my most recent folders, and I can hit the little folder icon. If I needed to dig in more, I could dig in more. Now I don't need to, it's right here. So right up front, I can go ahead and hit the save button, boom, and you're done. That's it. So that is how you send articles or websites or anything that is inside of a browser app into BubbleUp. Next, let's do news sites, okay? So for instance, on Apple, I use Apple News. So in Apple News, I already have an article that I searched for in here about apps, and I want to save it. So I'll go ahead and I'll hit the share button once again, and you'll see just like that, BubbleUp pops up again. I hit it. Here is the article. If you give it a moment, it'll find the title, description, and a thumbnail opportunity. Save it right in there, and you are done. Okay, let's take it over to Android, all right? Let's use the Google News app. Okay, I've got it here. Here is an article that I'd like to save as well. So in here, I'll hit the share button, and you'll see if I scroll over to the right, there's BubbleUp. Hit BubbleUp, again, same screen, find the folder you want to save it to, name it, and hit save. Okay, one other thing is photos. Very popular, right? These phones get filled up, you want to take your photos, you want to put them in a BubbleUp, maybe organize them and share them out that way. Really good way. I'm going to go into my Photos app, and here's a bunch of photos. I'll just go ahead and hit Select, and let's say that I wanted to grab these 12 photos, okay? And I want to put them into BubbleUp. I'll just hit the share button at the bottom, choose BubbleUp, choose where I want to stick them, hit save, and boom, Bob's your uncle. It does it all in the background for you, and all the photos will go up to BubbleUp. Let's do it on Chrome. So Chrome, I would do Google Photos. Okay, I've got 2 photos in there. If I long press on any of them, you get the selection. You can select as many as you want in yours, and then you hit the share button up top. Choose BubbleUp. Next thing you know, you are inside of BubbleUp. Choose the folder you want to save them at, hit save, and you are done as well. So this is 3 different ways using both platforms, iOS and Android, for how to stick things into BubbleUp using the share icons without even opening up the BubbleUp app. Super, super fast tool. I love it for bookmarking. I love it for saving articles I'm going to write something about later. That's how you share things into BubbleUp. I hope you found this interesting. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit subscribe. There's a lot more quick tips coming your way. My name is Wade Sellers. I will see you in the next video. Bye!